Recently, I participated in the Diablo 2 Resurrected beta, and I wanted to make a quick video going over my experiences with it. That means the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's get started with the good. The game is gorgeous. The animations, the monsters, the armor and weapons, everything looks so good. But what I loved the most was the atmosphere, especially in dungeon areas. Just the overall darkness enhanced with the dynamic lighting was perfect. I felt like I was reliving my first playthrough of the game all over again. But even though all of that was just right, there were still some things that I had issues with. I did 2 playthroughs, one with the druid shapeshifter and the other with a boson. I would rather have played a necromancer or assassin, but they weren't included in the closed beta. I found it a little strange that those classes aren't getting playtested. It's possible that they feel comfortable enough with the state of both classes, and they just did this to keep people excited about playing them on release. But let's face it, the vast majority of the Diablo 2 player base will be playing on easy mode with the sorceress anyway, so I doubt the lack of the assassin and necromancer will create more hype for launch. And considering that I did come across a handful of problems with some of the systems that have been tested internally and in the alpha, it has me a little worried about the state of excluded classes. Which brings us to our next topic. Bugs and crashes. I came across quite a few bugs during my playthroughs, but none of them were game-breaking. They were mostly localized to new features, like not being able to hotkey my potions into the shared stash on the first try, and I couldn't place an item on top of another item within the shared stash. I also crashed twice, and a friend who I was playing with crashed once or twice as well. I also had this weird issue where my frame rate would tank whenever my inventory was open, but was fine otherwise. The only way I could fix it was by leaving the game I was in and rejoining. There's a possibility that a lot of this has been fixed already, and it's mostly problems with the beta version that they gave us access to. But there isn't that much time before now in the launch date, so hopefully they can get it all figured out by then. And lastly, I want to talk about a few things that I would have liked to have seen. First off, a better hotkey system. I had some hotkeys that were conflicting with some of my other programs like Discord, so I just wanted to remove them from the problematic action. But when I went to do so, there wasn't actually a way to just remove the hotkey. You needed to rebind it to another action. Maybe I just didn't mess with it enough and there's a way to do it, but I couldn't find it, and it's honestly just a poor design. The janky ass doors are also still a problem from the days of old. Some doors are very difficult to click on, and sometimes they can appear closed even though they are open. The worst area for this is the maggot layer, obviously. It would have been nice if they could have figured out a way to make these interactions a little less painful. But considering it's just the old game running underneath the new renderer, it's no surprise that it's still a problem. And this last one might not be a sentiment that's shared amongst the entire community, but you know what? I'm about to say it.
I don't care that you broke your elbow.
I wish they would make the AI better for mercenaries and pets. Having to wait 25 minutes for your mercenary's aura to kick on is frustrating to say the least, and it doesn't add anything interesting to the gameplay. The same goes for pets getting stuck on walls and objects as well. Fingers crossed we get a future patch fixing and adjusting some of these things. And that wraps up my thoughts on the D2R beta. Playing the beta gave me a major case of blue balls that would give my girlfriend a run for her money. So needless to say, I can't wait to get my hands on the full game. Also, don't forget that the open beta starts tomorrow, August 20th at 10 AM Pacific. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what class you will be starting with on launch. Until next time. Ooh, I just got this scepter that's gonna sell for a lot, bitch.